and um, things just started happening so fast. But basically, fast forward to March um, 20th, I was diagnosed with inflammatory breast cancer. It was stage 3, very aggressive, very rare. And, I'm sitting there looking crazy when I was being given this information, because all I was thinking about was, but I'm supposed to get married, but I'm a good person, but I'm young. I wasn't thinking about, the reality of the situation, and how I got there. I was just like, this can't be happening right now. Not now. I just bought my wedding dress. It's not refundable. This is not going to work for me, because I've always planned out my life. I was always calculated about the moves that I make, and, just the goals I was trying to achieve. But, um, even throughout the treatments and stuff like that, I had 6 cycles of chemotherapy, lost all my hair, had a double mastectomy, um, radiation. I was walking on a cane last year. I couldn't stand for longer than a minute. And this is like just shocking to me, because I've always been independent. I never had to depend on people, for anything. But when I couldn't walk, when I was having bone pain and things like that, I didn't have a choice. So it was very hard, you know. And so I couldn't do anything. It was very emotional. It was a very emotional time. Needless to say, I didn't get married. Um, I pushed it back to this year, October. But in February of this year, I had an issue with my lungs. So I had to take like 6 weeks worth of prednisone, which is a steroid, and I gained like 30 pounds. It was just, one thing happening after another. And so this year in April, I was supposed to be done with all my treatments, but because I was taking the steroids, I believe that the steroids caused the cancer to come back, even after the breast, mastectomy and stuff like that. So I was cancer-free last year after the surgery, but then it came back in my skin on my breast. So I had to start chemo again in May. And, I was on a different medication, so it didn't, like, take my hair out and stuff like that. I don't have any side effects, really, but it's more expensive. And it only extends your life another 6 months. So, but I was happy that I didn't have to lose my hair. But anyway, I was introduced to this business in July because my friend Teresa, she was telling me about the vitamin sprays. I grew up with Teresa, so she knows that I don't like taking pills. I've never taken pills like all my life. So when she told me about the vitamin sprays, I was on board before even knowing anything about it, because I knew I needed them, and I knew I wasn't going to take it in pill form. So, I went to a TTP in Atlanta where Paul Jackson and Pastor Dale presented, and Paul mentioned he made a statement that really stuck with me. He said, "Just because you're not sick, it doesn't mean you're well." And I wanted to cry like right then, because from the outside, nobody knew that I was going through something, because I always kept myself together, and makeup, wigs and stuff like that. And so, I sat there already knowing that I was going to get involved in the business because of what God was telling me at the moment, And so when it was over, I just felt so much guilt, because everything I learned about vitamin D deficiencies was, everything that I should have been paying attention to, the signs, the symptoms, the chronic headaches that I was getting, the fatigue, the weight gain. I mean, just everything that I was experiencing prior to my diagnosis, you know, all of those signs, I ignored them. I thought it was, you know, other things. I mean, I was stressed out and stuff like that, but, you know, I just didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was something that people go through. But, you know, I got involved with the vitamin spray business. I didn't take the sprays right away because I was going through treatments. So I took the flyer to my oncologist. My oncologist, I asked her opinion. I showed her the flyer and I said, you know, I just went to a vitamin spray meeting and, you know, these sprays are, you know, all natural and they're supposed to help people, you know, improve their health and stuff like that. And she said, Sabrina, there's nothing in these sprays that can hurt you, so go for it. And so that was August 15th. And I jumped right in. Like I took all 5 sprays every day ever since then. And 3 weeks later, I went back to see her because I see her every 3 weeks after my chemo. And basically I lost 22 pounds. No, not in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, I lost 13 pounds. The 4th week, I lost another 9. So a total of 22 pounds in September. And, you know, my energy level was back. You know, I wasn't feeling any pain. I wasn't tired. I was walking around. I could stand for long periods of time. You know, my birthday was also in September. So, you know, I went out and I actually danced all night without having to sit down. You know, it was just, you know, like a overnight type of experience. Like I had all this energy, you know, and my oncologist, she saw, you know, how different I looked, how different I, you know, presented myself, how different I felt. And not only that, but she she told me to take out a piece of paper because she wanted to refer me to 4 of her doctor friends about this